Howdy, howdy. How we doing? In this video, we're gonna be going over the topic of how to find yourself. Now, biggest question is, are you even lost? I had to ask that question because the truth to that question is you're not lost, but you don't understand what you even want anymore because you've disrespected yourself so many times. I always like to understand this concept from the standpoint of being a kid. When we were younger, we had high self-esteem. We know exactly what we wanted out of life, and we haven't been jaded enough by society, right? We haven't gone through the brainwashing system that they put us through called schooling. And we haven't interacted with people to make us feel as if we're broken individuals. If you ask a kid what he wants to do out of life before he goes to school, if he consumes some form of entertainment, he have that idea that he wants to become somebody, an adventurer, an astronaut, or whatever, right? Something lofty and something seems a little bit out there. I think when we get older, we lose this sense of delusion within ourselves. We start to see reality as a place where we kind of just exist and then we perish, right? So for the rest of this video, I'm gonna go over 4 points that allow you to understand who you are as a person again. Like, I'm gonna say it now and repeat it, but you're not lost. Everything I say in this video will help you understand yourself and gain the respect of yourself again. Because most of it is about self-respect and self-esteem, right? If you have high self-respect, you hold yourself to higher standards, so you do the work that's needed to get you to where you want to be. We all have the fundamental wants and needs and desires that are particular to us, but depending on your self-esteem and self-respect, you either act out on these desires or goals or dreams. Now, number one, if you have trouble finding yourself, if you feel lost, it's probably because you listen to people too much. So the first step that you gotta do is stop listening to others around you. If people don't live the life that you want, why do you listen to them, bro? Now, I used to be a person who cared a lot about the opinions of others. I look at them more as like data sets now to corroborate with what I am experiencing. Like, if I have a bunch of opinions that says this, I'll question what I'm doing to see if that's actually true. A long time ago, opinions were more so facts in my mind. When I get told I'm not good enough, I tend to believe it. When I get told I can't do this, I tend to believe it. But you can't walk through life as if you're a dog on a leash. I feel like the meaning of life is to become your own master. You know, you master your own thoughts, feelings, emotions, action, and therefore you become your own man, you become your own character, you become your own player in this game we call life. Because chances are, on every given day, you get told what to do, what to think, and how to act. If you do not have a set of belief, actions, and things you want out of life, you're gonna be given these things by society. So at this point, question, are you living the life that you want, right? If you're not, then stop doing the things, stop listening to the same people that have raised you all your life. This doesn't mean your parents always want the best for you, but it's always under the perception of what they know is reality. For a lot of us who have the ambitions and the dreams of something greater, your reality, your perception should color whatever you see around you. You can't adopt another person's point of view and expect yourself to build a life that you want. Number two is speed. Now, to find yourself, you gotta know what you like and what you don't like, right? That means you gotta make fast decisions. A lot of people, bro, they don't take enough action. I know when you hear of action, you're like, oh, that's so vague. But right now, you know the exact things you need to do to get you reference experience. If it's the gym, just go to the gym, have no workout plan, just bang out a few sets. If it's a girl, shoot your shot. Say how nervous you are on the first encounter. Like, through all these experiences, things probably won't go your way early on, but you kind of understand what the perfect actions are the faster you take action. So speed is king. Always make fast decisions. Whether you're weighing an action that takes a long time or a short time, I think you should go with the action that takes you a short time, just because you're gonna gain a lot more experience in comparison to someone who thinks fucking like months on end about doing something. Number three, write and journal your thoughts. I feel like you have to reach to the point where you understand yourself more than anybody from the outside looking in. It's only when you are that aware of your existence, of what you want to do out of life, that you're able to act in a way that's full with conviction, and confidence. I always say journal, right? Because on my desk, you're gonna see are a bunch of journals. This is actually the Holy Bible, but yeah, I journal a lot. I read the Bible from here and there. I wasn't born a Christian. I'm actually raised in a Buddhist family, but I like to read the Bible every now and then because there are some verses I really like. So become aware of your thoughts, become aware of your actions, become aware of what you need to do to get where you need to be. A lot of people, they try to numb and run away from their life through entertainment, through booze, through whatever source of stimulation they need to function. Now, let me show you. This is coffee, black diluted coffee. I drink it because it makes me cognitive of what I need to say and think. In the morning, I usually get up very early, 4:30, 5-ish, and I don't take any coffee during that time. I wait a little. That's because usually when you wake up, you're stimulated already. You're very aware, especially if you slept well the night before. But we all have these thoughts and these ideas and sometimes even regret within the back of our mind. When you don't have them on a piece of paper, when you don't put them down where you can see them, they're gonna take up space, right? They're gonna hold your attention. And whatever you put your attention to, it usually grows. If a lot of things on your mind is that of regret or negative feelings, you don't put it down on paper, it's just gonna eat you alive. So I encourage you to write and journal a lot more. It's because when you find yourself again, you see that there is no room for hesitation. You gotta be a car that's going full throttle. You gotta hit gas, 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 gas. And you can only get to this point when you understand yourself more than anybody else from the outside looking in. You own everything about yourself, your flaws, your mistakes, your desires, and everything that's in between that's gonna get you there, right? So again, journal. Oh shit. And then number 4, accept that you're not lost. You've disconnected and abandoned yourself some time ago. This kind of go back to the point I made earlier about how you're actually not lost. You're just disconnected and don't trust yourself anymore. When you reconnect back to who you were as a kid, you learn to trust yourself again. That's the most important part. You gotta forgive yourself for the time that has been lost because of basically the act of being a coward. You run away from what you want, you stop believing yourself, and you quitting time after time again. Just forgive yourself. To forgive yourself is being able to retrace where you left off and then pick yourself back up again. I always say this, bro, but I'm not a perfect man. I ran away from my life for a very long time. From the age of, I'd say 13 was when my awareness came to be about what I want to do with my life. And then up until I was 21, I never took action on it. I kept running away from things that I wanted. At the time, it was obviously building a channel, standing for something, believing something, and getting somebody to find value in what I create. When you forgive yourself, when you accept that you're not lost, you're gonna be able to stride and make progress a lot faster. Because often people say, how long does something take? It's because they're still not living with the idea that they can change. They ask how fast, as if, if they don't change fast enough, they're doomed. No. The game you're about to play is one that has no time stamp or time limit. The only limit is your death, okay? You get to try and fail and try and fail until you succeed as many times as you want before you get buried. So that's how I found myself. I'd say in all, learn to trust yourself more. Hold the promises you tell yourself. And everything is about self-esteem and self-respect, okay? When you ask, how do you quit a bad habit? I'll tell you, have more self-respect. Hold yourself to higher standards, okay? Treat yourself as if you're your best friend. Give yourself advice just like that. Talk to yourself as if you're your best friend. You can't be going around beating yourself up all the time. When you understand where you come from, what your insecurities are, what your flaws are, you can gain awareness that you're just another human being. And when you have that awareness, you can forgive yourself and you talk to yourself as if, you're your own biggest supporter. And that's what you need, brother. Anyways, that's it for this video. I'll see you next time.